Good morning, gang. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome back to this week's Bitcoin update. First and foremost, remember, nothing discussed today is financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, and it's my view of the markets. Now, we've got that out of the way. Okay, let's jump into the Bitcoin chart, shall we? First and foremost, I'm going to run over a couple of trades that we had in the group last week since our last update. You guys can hopefully learn from this. And then I'll move on to what I'm looking for next based on the current price action. Okay, so basically the next trades that I'm looking to take. So first and foremost, let's start off with Friday. Because realistically, Friday was the only day last week that offered me some really clean trades. Okay, so as you can see here, there's two trades that we ended up on Friday. Now, first and foremost, we'll start off with the short. So the short was probably not the cleanest of shorts. However, it did meet criteria based on a new system that I've been working with the members. And I'm updating the guys throughout the day. So normally on the morning, I talk through my trading plans on stream with the guys, talking through when I'm looking to trade, when I'm looking to do business, and what I want to see at those levels to do business. Okay, and then as the day progresses, if anything changes outside of those plans, I keep them updated, which is obviously the Discord updates. So the first one is talking about, I still quite like that weekly open region for a swing failure pattern of yesterday's highs. Now, what I'm talking about there is I'm talking about Thursday's highs, looking to pop up into that weekly, take out Thursday's highs, a little bit of a stop run, swing failure pattern, and then if it gave me a trigger for a short, that'd have been a really nice clean short for me, and that was part of this morning's plan. That morning's plans. Now, the alternative would be if she starts to break minute 5 structure down. Now, the reason why I have an alternative in there is because I don't know what's going to happen with the market. However, breaking a minute 5 structure on this move up, she did meet criteria of one of our new systems that we've got in place. So therefore, if she did start to break down and change structure, then I would happily hop in a short. And in the end, what she did, if we zoom into the 5-minute chart, you'll be able to see this. She broke 5-minute structure. So there you go. There's the low that caused the high, broke 5-minute structure. Nice and easy, straightforward entry, and then bring it down lower. Okay. And as it's coming down lower, I had 2 areas of interest on the way down. One, this first wick that came down, this really big liquidation wick that caused a lot of problem, flushed out a lot of open interest in the market, came a little bit lower than an area of interest that I had a little bit higher up. So I wasn't really interested in this, and you can see here, this is as I'm clocking off at 9 o'clock, well, 20 past 9 at night, saying I didn't long today's low, which was this first one, because it went below my area of interest. So I'm not in any new longs to be clear. And again, just being really clear with the guys. I still hold my swing shorts, which are historical trades, and the remaining balance from this evening short, which is obviously this short right here. Levels to be aware of, 65.7k naked point of control still has some value, especially if it's a simple swing failure pattern of today's low. Outside of a simple swing failure pattern, I'm not really interested in it. Okay. And you can see here, just nice and simply, we came down. So I didn't long this move up, wasn't interested in this, but I was interested in this naked point of control. If it happened, that's a nice simple swing failure pattern. Well, there's the low. We came into the level. We did tap it a couple of times, and then we rocketed out. Now, I personally didn't catch this because I'm an old man, and 11 o'clock at night is way past my bedtime, so I didn't catch this, but I know a few of the guys in the group did catch that, and obviously, if you did hold on to it all the way to the current highs, those are really nice trades. So there's 2 really nice trades to be had out of Friday, okay? So once again, it's all about formulating a plan, not knowing what's going to happen, but if something does happen at a level that you're interested in trading, executing that trade, and that's how you walk away with profits, okay? So that's Friday. Now, moving into right now. Hopefully you guys like those trade reviews. If you do like those trade reviews, do me a favor, go hit that like button below. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. So let's move on now to the current price action. So, as usual, I'm going to do the same old things. Now, the only reason I'm going to put a range on this as it stands right now. Now, again, we could use this as range low, we could use this as range low, or we could use this as range low. Not really interested for the time being about which low we use. What I'm mainly interested in is the top. Now I'm going to change the color of that so you guys can see that on your screen a lot easier. So outside of this, I'm also going to throw on a volume profile. And you can see what's going on here. So since last week's update, obviously we were talking about the breakout traders getting hit time and time again, which was quite entertaining to watch, which made trading quite simple. Obviously, we had this downward sloping channel. People call it a bull flag. People call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care. It's pattern trading. I don't do pattern trading. So you can see every single time, look at this. We popped up, we came back down. Breakout traders got hit. Popped up, came back down. Breakout traders got hit again. Popped up, came back down. Breakout traders got hit again. It's just why I don't trade breakouts. Again, I explained this fully in last week's video. But since then, eventually, it did break out. So people might have had a fair few attempts on this, and all they're doing right now is clawing back the money that they lost on the breakout trades. Okay, but obviously we've had this move finally to the upside. Now, I did say at the time, if anyone's been watching me for a while, if we do have this move up, the first major zone to be aware of is going to be this 70k zone, this value area high. And it's a macro value area high. It's composite value area high of all the last 6 or 7 months price action. So this is a major level to be aware of, because quite simply, this could have popped up, and this was one of my plans. Above this, take out some stops, get down below, catch the breakout traders offside once again, and that'd have been a really nice short. Now, in the end, it didn't. It just went straight through, so therefore there was no trade. Nice and simple. And then we popped up to where we are right now. Okay, so we've run even more stops. We've run the stops above these. We've run the stops above these. Now, the only thing realistically left to contend with is a new all-time high. So this is what I'll be looking for next. Now, first and foremost, from a high time frame perspective, I'm not going to be aggressively market long in this, because why would you market long into range highs? Okay, do I believe we're going to make a new all-time high? Most likely, yes, because of how high this has come in relation from this to this. Again, if you understand my trading methods, you'll understand what I mean by that. How high we've come, the odds are massively in favour of a new high. Now, does that mean that new high needs to come right now? Or could we have a pullback first? Who knows? Because I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. We don't have a crystal ball. It'd be lovely if we did. However, right now, as it stands, current price action, I would not be macro swing long in this here, because you're just longing into resistance. Why would you long into resistance? From my personal point of view, it makes no sense. So, if this does travel up from here, or even as a pullback first, but if we do go up eventually, and take out the highs, this is where the biggest question comes into play. This is the biggest question. Does this come out up above, then get that back down below, and then give market structure change, maybe something on order flow, maybe something on absorption on CVD, give me a short trigger? If it does, yes, I will happily short that. And I know people think that's a bit nuts, shorting an all-time high. But for me, it's just one big range. At the highs, I don't look for longs. At the lows, I don't look for shorts. It's the opposite way around. Okay, so at the highs, if deviates and then gets down below and shows weakness, again, if, then I might have a short trigger. The thing is I need to be really clear on this. If this comes above, I will not be shorting this. Why would you short into strength? Bear in mind, this is still making high highs and higher lows. Why would you short into strength? Unless you have a predefined major zone there, then why would you be shorting that? Quite frankly, that's all-time highs. There's nothing there outside of a few fibs if you're an Elliott Wave trader. So therefore, if it breaks above and then starts to show some weakness, then yeah, cool, I'll look for a short. Just continue trading the range. Does that mean it comes all the way back down to range lows? No, it doesn't. It might do. We'll have to wait and see. If it breaks above and holds, then let it run up further. Okay? And then realistically, we are looking at Elliott Wave targets at that point. Now, the first one being, I've talked about this for months and months and months, around that 77k zone. 77k is a major zone. Does it mean it's going to hit 77k on the nose and then roll over? No, it doesn't. That's going to be the first area of interest that I'm going to pay attention to. So if it comes up into the 77k zone and doesn't give a reaction and just goes straight up, then I will let it run. If it hits the 77k zone and then maybe starts to show some weakness, then yeah, great, cool. But once again, I'll be looking for short triggers if it gets back down below. Because then anyone that's been longing out of here, breakout traders, they become offside if it gets down lower. So then I'll be looking for the weakness. I will short that weakness if it comes. If it doesn't come, then there's no short trade. So simple as that. Let it run higher. But 77k is still a major area of interest. But I need to see weakness in order to have a new short. Now, what happens if it doesn't go up? It starts to come down. Well, first and foremost, we need to think about this logically. 70k, nice round number. I've talked about this and I joke about this a lot. Crypto bros like round numbers. Okay. 70k is a major level. Why is it a major level? Well, quite simply because it's the macro value area high of the composite pull. Macro value area high. So if price starts to lose the value area high, then that's your initial sign of weakness. This isn't a major sign of weakness for me, but it's an initial sign of weakness. If it starts losing 70k, then that means anyone that's been longing above 70k then becomes offside. Okay, so this is an early sign of weakness. Now, it doesn't start looking really bad for bulls unless you start to close daily candles below here. If you don't close daily candles below here, that's not too bad. As long as you are remaining, ideally outside of value, that's fairly strong, or above the macro point of control, which at the moment is coming in around 67k. So if it can hold above 67k, that's great. Cool. Every dip for me would just be a buying opportunity. If it starts closing daily dildos back down below these levels here, then that starts to look a little bit more bearish, and then we have to look down. So if we lose this level here, which is roughly coming in around 65k, then first and foremost, I'll be looking at that old point of control, which is this pivot here, which is roughly around monthly open. Now, this month open, which is October. If you are watching this in the future, it's October's monthly open. Okay, so this should be the first level. If it starts to lose that, then I'll be looking realistically down towards value area low. So each one of these could give me a long opportunity. If price comes into these levels and has a positive reaction and then gives me my entry criteria, then I will look for longs quite simply. If not, I will let it come lower. Okay. Obviously, if it starts to come lower than that, go check out the previous videos that I've done, because I'm not going to go into massive detail about the lower prices. So yeah, hopefully you've learned something today. If you have, once again, hit that like button for me. Leave me a comment down below. And until next time, gang, as you were. Bye-bye.